If you've ever looked into Sharjah real estate, chances are you've come across Aljada. And if you're like most people, you probably saw the modern buildings, the parks, the cafes, the walkable streets, and thought, this doesn't look like the Sharjah I remember. And honestly, that's exactly the point, because Aljada wasn't built by accident. It wasn't simply another residential project. It was built to solve a problem that had been growing for years. You see, Sharjah already had a lot going for it. It had universities, it had schools, it had businesses, it had culture. In fact, today Sharjah is home to more than 1.8 million residents, making it one of the UAE's most populated emirates. But despite that growing population, many residents still found themselves leaving Sharjah whenever they wanted a certain type of lifestyle experience. They would live in Sharjah, but spend their weekends elsewhere. They would study in Sharjah, but socialize somewhere else. They would work in Sharjah, but spend their leisure time outside the emirate. And eventually, a question started emerging. What if Sharjah could offer that lifestyle itself? And that's where the story of Aljada begins. To understand why Aljada exists, we first need to understand the Sharjah that existed before it. For decades, Sharjah built its reputation around education, culture, family living, and affordability. And honestly, that strategy worked. The population kept growing, businesses expanded, universities attracted thousands of students every year. University City alone became one of the largest education hubs in the UAE. Families continued choosing Sharjah because it offered larger homes, good schools, and a more affordable cost of living. But there was one challenge. While Sharjah was very good at attracting residents, it wasn't always as successful at keeping their spending and leisure activities inside the emirate. Many people still drove elsewhere for entertainment, cafes, shopping, and lifestyle experiences. And when people consistently leave an area to spend their time and money elsewhere, it usually means something is missing. At the same time, the UAE itself was changing. A younger generation was emerging. Young professionals, entrepreneurs, remote workers, university graduates, small business owners, and their expectations were different. They still cared about affordability, but they also wanted walkability, modern public spaces, co-working environments, cafes, events, fitness facilities, and community experiences. They weren't just looking for a place to sleep, they wanted a place that felt alive, a place where daily life felt enjoyable. And that shift created a huge opportunity. This is where Aljada enters the story. Developed by Arada, Aljada was designed as Sharjah's largest master-planned community. The development spans approximately 24 million square feet. To put that into perspective, that's larger than many standalone districts in some cities. The vision wasn't simply to build apartments. The vision was to create a complete urban ecosystem, a place where people could live, work, study, shop, exercise, and spend their leisure time without constantly needing to leave the community. In many ways, Aljada was designed to become a city within a city, and that's very different from traditional residential developments. And this is where the scale becomes really interesting. When fully completed, Aljada is expected to accommodate around 70,000 residents. The master plan includes more than 25,000 residential units, 4 hotels, multiple schools, office districts, retail centers, entertainment venues, and extensive green spaces. That's not a neighborhood. That's practically an entirely new urban district. One of the most recognizable destinations inside Aljada is Madar. Designed by Zaha Hadid architects, Madar became one of the first signals that Aljada was aiming for something different. It wasn't simply trying to sell properties, it was trying to create a destination, and that distinction matters. Now, here's something many people overlook. Aljada's location wasn't chosen randomly. It's strategically positioned near University City, Sharjah International Airport, major highways, and the Dubai-Sharjah commuting corridor. This gives it access to several demand groups simultaneously: students, families, young professionals, business owners, and commuters. From Aljada, residents can reach University City in just a few minutes. Sharjah International Airport is roughly 10 minutes away, and depending on traffic, many parts of Dubai can be reached within 20 to 30 minutes. That level of connectivity is one reason demand remains strong. I think part of Aljada's success also comes down to timing. Over the past several years, Dubai property prices have risen significantly. In many communities, prices increased by more than 30% to 40%. At the same time, rental prices also surged. For many buyers, especially first-time buyers, affordability became a growing concern. But they still wanted modern communities, good amenities, walkable environments, and a strong lifestyle offering. Aljada arrived at exactly the right moment. Sudden buyers could access many of those features without paying Dubai-level entry prices, and that's a powerful combination. What's interesting is that Aljada today is very different from the Aljada people saw a few years ago. Large master-planned communities don't become successful overnight. They evolve gradually. Every year, more residential phases are completed, more retail outlets open, more restaurants arrive, more families move in, and more activity begins to take shape. What started as a vision on paper is steadily becoming a fully functioning community. And that's important, because people don't just buy what a community is today, they buy confidence in where it's heading. This is where investors start paying attention, because investors rarely focus only on today's reality. They're looking 5 or 10 years ahead. Aljada has attracted attention because of its scale, its location, its amenities, and its growing resident base. Rental yields in parts of Sharjah have often been reported between 6% and 8%, and communities that combine affordability with strong tenant demand naturally attract investor interest. Of course, no investment is guaranteed, but many investors aren't simply buying a property, they're buying into a long-term vision, and Aljada has one of the clearest visions in Sharjah today. I think Aljada represents something bigger than real estate. It represents a shift in how people see Sharjah itself. For years, many people associated Sharjah primarily with affordability. Today, more people are starting to associate it with modern living, lifestyle, community, convenience, and long-term value. That's a significant shift, and Aljada has played a major role in making that happen, because it's helping reshape perceptions of the city itself. So why does Aljada exist? I think the answer is actually quite simple. It was built for people who wanted more from everyday life. More convenience, more experiences, more community, more opportunities, without necessarily paying the premium prices found elsewhere. It was built for families, students, young professionals, entrepreneurs, and people who believed Sharjah could offer something different, not by becoming Dubai, but by becoming a better version of itself. And as Aljada continues evolving, it may end up becoming one of the most important communities in Sharjah's modern story. In the next episode, we'll explore another important community, trend, or misconception shaping Sharjah today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.